Hello, guys. Welcome back to another edition of Lip Gloss and Ladders. If you are watching on YouTube, do not adjust your screen. Don't count again. It is five of us today. We are joined by a very, very, very special guest, Dora. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's a great Sunday morning. Super sunny here. Thank goodness. The weather's been so changed since what it was the last week. So
Yes. And then we have our regulars here. We have KB. How are you today?
I'm good, good. Just chilling. New week. Less than 5 weeks to WrestleMania.
Five.
What are you eating today?
I just ate some pasta.
okay.
We're sponsored by.
We not doing sponsorships no more, so I'm not gonna say where.
Gabby, how are you feeling today?
I'm good. How are you, Sunshine?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm feeling real Angel Reese's.
I like it.
And we have Ash Benny. How are you feeling? How's the House of Glory show?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. It was such a good show. I'm feeling it this morning. I definitely feel the soreness. Oh my God. Combination of the gym plus walking around New York all day, but I'm excited for our topic this week.
Hmm?
Perfect. Perfect.
Same, same. So before we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How'd you get into wrestling?
um,
Because you're a part of the
so
Fromley as well.
yes. So I actually wrestled in high school and college. So I will say I always watched wrestling with my brothers and my dad, and my brothers. Like I always remember them coming over because we're the only ones with satellite TV at the time. So they would come over and watch like direct TV and watch the pay-per-views and stuff like that. So it was always a house full of boys and then me type of thing. So then
Tell
when I went on
KB who your wrestling crush is.
my
Who,
wrestling crush, I
who
have
was
too
your wrestling
many.
coach?
How
There's a certain Hardy boy that we talked about on my
Uh-oh.
podcast.
yeah, so I have multiple they're my white man crushes. Like I don't date white men, but like my white man crushes have always been Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, which I always think like that must have been why my daughter's dad is from St. Louis. Like I must have just correlated the two and was like, let's do this. But yeah, so Jeff Hardy is my crush forever. Like this shirt, this brand is You Are More. I actually ordered their shirts because Jeff Hardy did a collab with them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a brand that sorry to like talk about them, but
No,
they're
no, I love Jeff.
yeah.
Look, oh,
Jeff was my crush growing up.
Yeah,
So, like,
no,
listen,
because
you gonna have to send me that link.
yo, I will. So Jeff Hardy and me have actually been sober about the same time. Like I feel like I haven't met Jeff Hardy yet, but we're like keep getting so close because I just saw him at the Fourth Rope show also, right? So I'm gonna somehow meet Jeff this year. I just feel it in my bones. But
Listen, when I met Jeff, my bad. When I met Jeff, I was like, "Can I get a hug?"
that's what I'm saying. Like I just want to know what you smell like. Just something. Just something.
He gives good hugs too.
I
I
just
was
want to
like,
hold you real
I'm
quick.
so jealous. So,
slinger.
but they're actually a company of people that are sober now. Like they promote
Mm-hmm.
like sobriety from alcohol and all of that stuff. So that's why they did a collab together. So I bought both of his collabs. There's this purple and black shirt, and then there's another one with like sleeves that are like, what is it, quarter sleeves? Is that what that's called?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that sleeve length and yeah, I told the owner too, like I bought these because Jeff Hardy did this collab with y'all, just so that y'all know. So I was like, I
listen,
just love him. I do. But yeah, I saw him at Fourth Rope and I was like literally the way they had this set up was right there where you could stand really close, and I thought more people would want to be by there, but since there was no seating, everyone wanted to be ringside. So I was super fortunate to like get him and Matt like coming in, and I was like ugh. And he was on my side. I thought it was gonna be my time to like high five and hug, but there's this guy that like apparently is like one of their like ultra fans, and they saw him like across on the other side, and Jeff went that way and Matt came this way, and I was like sorry,
oh,
it's not
that
my
ultra fan need to
day.
sit down somewhere.
Right. Like, you already
Excuse
know.
you.
So
Like,
yeah.
This was my
But
moment.
yeah, after basically after I went to college, I like didn't have time to watch wrestling. I think I was known also as the one that I was like, let's try and find the channel for wrestling while I was in college. Like with my
Mm-hmm.
friends, I'd be like, can we find the channel? I don't know the channels up here. We got to try and watch it. But we never could really find them just because, it's college and this was 2008. So there's not great cable. There's not great nothing up there at the school I was at. They didn't want us to have nothing. So I kind of like gave up watching wrestling for a while, and then when my daughters came, it was very like cartoons. I was that mom. I was like committed to, okay, we're gonna watch cartoons. They're gonna watch cartoons. That's what they want to watch. We'll do that. So finally, when they hit, I would say 10, because one of them's 14, one of them's 12. So once they hit 10, finally it was like I could introduce them. So 2020 during pandemic is when I was able to reintroduce like wrestling to them. And I've been back ever since, I would say. So it's been fun. I like it. I love all the new feuds. I have had to go back a lot because as you all know, I'm more of into the indie wrestling scene. Since I
Mm-hmm.
started like working with We Love Wrestling, we were more in the independent. So I've always
Mm-hmm.
been the one that I'm like, oh, I don't remember WWE too much. Don't ask me those questions because I'm still like going back and forth over the years. Like, okay, I got to go back and learn this feud. I got to go back and learn this. I got to go back. So, but it's been a fun learning process too. So.
Okay, amazing. I'm glad you got back in it, and your daughters are loving it.
They do. I will say the first show I ever went to was with Mission Pro when I took my girls, and my oldest daughter really loved Masha Slamovich. She was like, "That's my girl." That was her pick. She was like,
That's
"That's the
dope.
one." And then my youngest daughter, she liked Alex Gracia actually because she had
Okay.
pink
Mm.
hair and it was pink. So, yeah, that was their introduction. Now they're more into like like Maya World. They love seeing like all the black pro wrestlers now. They're like, these are mine. They look like me. These
Oh
are
yes.
these are us. These are our people over here. So
And
that's where we're at now.
But we
oh,
sent you all a package for you and your daughter, so hopefully you'll get that soon.
I'm so
Um,
excited. Like I told them, like I was like, we're finally getting our merch. I need y'all to wear this at school. We gotta promote my feuds. We gotta get everyone
yes.
on this. I used to
Thank
have
I
a
love
you.
it.
bunch
Thank
of
you.
yeah, I had a bunch of music artist friends here in Austin that I would buy merch from also, and I would be like, here, put this on. So they would wear that merch also to school and stuff like that. My daughter's super good about like outfits and being able to just put stuff together and wear it to school. And people are like, who is that? Who's this? So you might
Okay.
get some young viewers, maybe guys.
Yay!
We'll see.
We'll take it.
Welcome,
Right.
babies.
Yeah,
We
we
are a
love it. We
PG
love it. Yeah.
13 group.
We're
Yeah.
PG
PG-13.
13
We
group for the most
try.
part.
We
Yeah.
try.
And my
Yeah.
and
That's
my
on our
oldest
Patreon.
daughter, yes. And my oldest daughter, thank God, like she decided she's gonna do wrestling because she'll be in ninth grade next year.
Ooh.
So I'm
Yay.
Yeah,
super
that's so
excited for next year.
exciting.
I get
High
to buy gear
school.
and shoes. Yes, yes, high school friend. Yes, she'll be in ninth grade.
Wow.
And she's gonna be on the dance team. She actually just tried out last week and she made varsity as a ninth grader. So
Oh my goodness,
Nice.
that's so
super
exciting.
yeah,
We
it's
love
gonna be
that.
a busy year. I know. I'm gonna be tired already, guys. Like I'm exhausted. Like how much I'm gonna have to drive around. So I'm like I'm excited, but then like oh my gosh, the driving. So
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So you guys, when we get on our Patreon, our secret
yes,
super secret Patreon, maybe we can talk about from because I know that me and you are from Lee.
yes, I love From. That's my show. Yeah, we actually I have to record tonight. We had our first celebrity. I call her celebrity. She was like, I don't
She
think I'm
is.
a celebrity, guys. And I was like, Elizabeth, yes, you are.
She
Like you're a celebrity to the us that watch the show. So.
just
Mhm.
know we know. But
Yes, yes.
but let's get into some feuds. We got a very special show. This is our Women's Feuds Part 2 episode where
Duh.
we had so much we had so much fun on our first one. And it's so many amazing women's feuds to talk about. We had to do it. We had to bring Dora on. We had to have that another woman wrestling fan come in and do her thing. So, with that being said, Dora, would you like to go first? What feud
Yes.
did you pick?
Okay, so I know it's probably gonna seem like this one is just like a recent feud if you haven't really like watched it. But I chose Chelsea and Meechin. Um, they pretty much, I know they've been super active this past year with all their feuds, with
Mm-hmm.
their dumpster match, with their street fight match, all of that. But they actually go back, I think it's 2016, right? 2014 time.
Hmm.
I know they always say, I from what I like, I remember from interviews, they both have said like they love working with each other. They're
Mm-hmm.
basically, I don't know if you would call it wrestling sisters, but like they literally are those two people that they get in a match and they don't even have to talk. Like they don't have to
Hmm.
do the
Right.
little whispers because you know they whisper. But the little, like, it's just eye contact, and it's one of those feuds where they go so hard against each other. Like you're never gonna have a match where they're doing like hesitant spots or where they're like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. They're always going to go hard against each other. They're always going to find something that can like shock us. They'll beat each other with the kendo sticks. Obviously, you know the dumpster match where she threw Chelsea in the dumpster, which now made me nervous. Like I was literally like, how are they going to do this spot with both
Right.
of them? Because that was such a small.
Small spot.
Dumpsters are not very big. As much as people
No.
think dumpsters,
No.
I'm a building inspector, right? So when I saw the trash can, I was like, what size trash can are we using, guys? Because this is,
Like
they're
this.
kind of they're kind of longer ladies, you know? So I
Mm-hmm.
was
They
like,
are.
they
Yep.
have to like, they're gonna like I didn't know how they were gonna do the space scene. I was like, someone's gonna hit their head, and that was my fear. But I think I should have known better. Chelsea was in Lucha Underground. Like, Meechin's always doing these matches. I knew they were gonna find a way to do it with that dumpster match and not like kill each other. But yeah, they've always gone against each other. Like it goes back to 2016 because I want to do my research, right? So I know they've gone against each other where it's just individual matches, but they've also always gone where they put them together because that's how good they work together. So they've done matches with Deanna Perez. What, how we say her name? Peraza.
So proviso.
Yeah,
Yep.
Peraza.
Am I
And
saying it
then
right?
they've done Jordan Grace matches. Like
Maybe.
they've kind of always been together in these matches where they get pushed because they're that good at not only just going against each other, but helping grow and work with
Hmm.
other women that you know that they wrestle in these matches with. And they both, like I said, they both said in interviews like, I love wrestling with her, I love wrestling just having her in the ring because they're comfortable with each other. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like
Hmm.
after what 9, 10, 10ish, 11ish years, like they're pretty much like wrestling soulmates at this point. So
I agree. Very severely underrated women as well.
yes, yes,
Agreed.
they definitely helped the mid card grow over this past year, like the
Mm-hmm.
way with them. And then they brought in BFAB, they brought in Piper, they brought in kind of everyone. When Mitchin went to go have her street fight with Jada Parker, like it was really good for the mid card. Like they built that. I know y'all love Liv Morgan, but with her not like wrestling too much when she had the belt, I think them having people like Michin and Chelsea wrestling each other was bringing attention back to the women's division a little
For
bit
sure.
more.
Agreed.
Yeah, and then we had the tag teams with Jade and Bianca, and then you know Naomi and Bianca, so it helped build like the card again with the women, and which is what we really want because you know we care about women here. So
Yes.
not that we
Yes.
don't love the men, but yeah, what we
They
want
are.
is the focus. They all right, yeah,
They cool.
exactly.
They cool or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, and what we want
We don't
is
want her here.
for like we want everyone to be represented at this point, and plus, I just want the women to conquer at this point. Like we got to get the NXT vibes with the women always like main event team. We to get that into other companies now. Like, okay,
No,
let's
for
if
sure.
you can because I just feel like how is this the only company recognizing how important women are, and these other ones are just like, we'll get there when we get there type of thing. So yeah, but
Tea.
that's my
Tea.
food. Yes.
Mm, even though their women are consistently putting on the best matches of the card, but
Mm-hmm.
Right.
To be honest, I mean, I watched AEW last weekend, and I would have ended that show with Tony Storm and Mariah May.
that was
I
a
don't know
perfect
why
move.
they were somehow in the middle
Yeah.
of the card is truly mind blowing. But honestly, they should have closed that show. Like I agree, more companies need to be open to main eventing with women. I mean, let's be honest, Rhea and Charlotte should have main evented Mania.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
there are
Yes.
so many
Yes.
times that women should have main evented, and it's like, guys. So hopefully this year we can get a one of the evenings we can have a women's main event. I'm praying, I'm hoping. I know we'll all be there. Like, I really would love to see that. But I agree, the women have been putting on bangers that have been so underrated on the grand scheme. Totally agree with you.
Like it's a completely like I came into watching wrestling. I've never not been a fan. I've been a fan as long as I can remember, and to see the
Hmm.
women just evolve,
Hmm.
into what they have, where it's like you're fighting for 3 minutes. Like they used to have a Divas timer, and now it's 15, 20, 30 minute matches, Iron Woman
Yeah.
matches, main events. Like it's to see WWE be like, oh, this is the first women's main event, and to see now, oh, it's just going to be on a main event of Raw, and it's not even a big deal anymore. It's just amazing to see from beginning to end. And I think
Hmm.
this is probably the best crop among everyone. Indies, WWID,
Yeah,
and AEW, TNA. This is the best crop of women's wrestlers I've ever seen, ever. And I'm
it's
excited.
true.
Because they
I-
love it. That's why, like, there's actually women coming in and not wanting. I mean, not that you can't just be the pretty face, but we have women coming in that are like, I want to do this. I want to do like I want to do the high flying. I want to
Mhm.
do the beating someone up. I want to be like the strong mommy now. Muscles are
Yep.
in now. So
Hmm.
like you can
Yes,
technically just you get to be yourself now. Like you don't have to fit
exactly.
the little picture that they were having you and the box that they were putting everyone in before. So
Rhea Ripley would have never gotten over in 2006. Like looking
yeah.
like that, no,
Yeah.
it would have.
Mhm.
Which is so funny because like people like Maxine Dupree are rarer now because
Yeah.
she has that like divas look, and so it's like when
Yeah.
you see her, it's like
I
oh,
love
so
her
it's
still. Yes. She's
oh,
doing her
it.
best. She's
Yeah,
gotten a lot better too. Like I've been super impressed by her growth too. She's been doing a
yes,
lot. I like her. They just throw her in randomly and it's been better.
right.
Like she's only
Yeah.
elevated
Agreed.
every time she's
Hmm.
wrestled someone. So
And I think working with this crop of women, like again with Chelsea and Mishan, again severely underrated, bringing it back to them, severely underrated. And I know you mentioned Lucha Underground and you're doing research. Did you watch some of Chelsea's Lucha Underground
I
match?
did. That's why I was the prime. Like when Penta comes back, can we please get a
Please.
Chelsea Green match? Like I'm sure he'll be down for it. Like let's do a mixed match and just throw them
Yes.
against each other. So
I would love for just a backstage like moment with them, even if that's all we
exactly.
get. Just give us some
Yeah.
crumbs. Just
Did
Yeah.
Right.
she ever?
Yeah.
I didn't research, but did she ever wrestle Rey Mysterio? Because also, I would love to see Chelsea against Rey Mysterio. I feel like that would be
Yo,
crazy.
That would be
that would
crazy.
bang.
Yeah.
That would bang.
like I think
For
because
her
it's so
lucha mask, yeah, yes,
Yes.
yeah.
bang, bang.
I picked this feud, but my feud really what I wanted to do was like China versus the entire men and women's roster because they had her against everybody, if I'm being
Didn't
honest. Like
they?
They
like
did.
you kept like I said that on another podcast that I had done. I was like, I really wanted China to be in this, but it would have been more like that's more of like a mixed. I guess you would have to say it wouldn't be considered just like a women's because she went against. They had her against everybody. She was working, so
She was. They was like,
yeah.
here, be in this.
They're like, here, go against her. What? Just do this week, okay? Just do this for us. So
I love it. I love it. All right, Ash, you're up next.
Okay, so for me, I chose similar to you, Dora. I did like a more recent feud. I chose Lola Vice versus Jada Parker. One of the more popular feuds from 2024. I feel like this feud started organically and then it
Hmm.
just kept building and building and building. And then they had that great tag match where Jada left her behind, and then they had the match together. They had that really, really awesome street fight inside the or hardcore match inside of the ECW arena, and I think that was like what the first hardcore match for women in WWE,
The
which was really really cool.
was that the underground match?
No, not the
No,
underground.
no, 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 the hardcore match. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, in the ECW arena, and that
Hmm.
match was really really good. And then of course it led to that final underground match where Lola Vice came and won. I don't think that they're done. I do feel like they could like circle back and go back to it just because the feud was so popular during the time. And also during that time I feel like with Liv being champion, they weren't really doing anything with her week to week.
Right.
They weren't giving
Hmm.
her any programs. So a lot of people were just like hungry for a really, really good feud. And I think that Lola and Jada definitely did delivered during that time.
For sure.
The
I agree.
promos too. The promos
Oh,
too.
promos
Oh
were
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Jada Parker's great on the mic. Jada Parker's great on the mic for sure. I was a little
Mhm.
skeptical about Lola Vice being face because to me, I just feel like she
Mm.
just screams heel.
She works so well as
She
heel. Yeah,
works
yeah,
so
yeah.
well as heel, but she's that's just won me over. Her face run has definitely won me over. Not run me over. Jesus, she, she would.
Well,
She would. She would. To be fair,
Haven't had that match yet. We haven't had a run somebody over match yet. But hey, like,
you
sure,
know,
Yes.
sure.
she can also do that. Like, to be fair. And that was also some of Jada Parker's best matches as well. They worked really, really, really
Hmm.
strong and well together, especially at a
Mhm.
time when I know that Jada Parker still gets a lot of flack online for being a little green. But in that feud, you couldn't tell me that they haven't been wrestling each other for 5, 6 years. I think that's one of those
Hmm.
feuds that's always going to come back, even when they get to the main roster. They're always going to come back.
Yeah. I also feel like they, especially since they're like they have like such a huge like sex appeal, putting them two together, I feel like it was very, very interesting to see that those two different type of personalities, because I feel like
Mhm.
they're both badasses, but they're both
Hmm.
badasses in very, very different ways, which I really, really
Mhm.
appreciated.
Yep.
That's something that I love about NXT is that anybody can latch on to anyone in the roster. There's such a nice, diverse crop of women down there. It's like there's somebody down there for everybody, which I
Everyone.
really, really
Hmm.
appreciate.
Yes, I do agree. Hey, for sure. I'm interested to see what else they have going on down there. I'll be interested to see any more underground matches with Lola. At first, I didn't like the underground format because the no ropes is kind of, but
It's very limiting. It's very limiting.
Yeah.
It
but
just
I'm
gets
not.
scary because you're like, oh my gosh, please don't fly out. Like you
Like, we
have to
don't.
like be so much
Yeah.
more careful. I've seen a few live because there's a few companies that do no ropes out here in Texas, and I'm always
Mm.
like, oh my god, guys, like that's why I'm not a ring
Yeah.
person. You know how people are like, I want to be front row. I'm not a front row. Cause also
You
the
like it.
first match yes, because the first match I ever went to was Masha. No, maybe this was the third with Mission Pro. It was Masha versus La Rosa Negra, and they went into the crowd and were beating each other up, literally like 5 seats down from me. They were drinking beers on each other, and I was like, I'm never sitting this close again. I will just sit in my back and not like they can work up there and do that with other people. So.
Yeah, that's a great point. Because at the HOG show last night, I was front row. They were pushing that barricade back. They were flying into the
You're
barricade.
like,
I was like, oh, I was like, oh my god,
Because
my
you're like,
go
oh,
ahead.
legs.
this is how I go. Oh my gosh.
So my problem
Right.
is that I'm short. So like floor seats, we did it a few times and I can't see. Now my husband is 6'4". My
Yes.
oldest son, he's like 6'4". So like they were fine. And I'm just like standing on my chair, like, and they're like, hey,
Always
you
the
can't sit on
giant
the
men
chair.
too.
And
If
Yes.
it
I was
ain't
like,
front
yo,
row,
like
I can't do
Always
it.
tall. I
I
don't think the
just
tallies sitting in the floor section. Like, why are you doing this?
I
Go sit
can't.
in the back.
It's not good
You
for
know
me.
you're
So like
too
give me a
tall.
good 100. Like for Mania, we
Yes.
have 100. We're
Give
like
me a
Yeah.
good
100
100.
level, like row, I think 6 or 7. So like that's fine. I need a little raise, but I can't see because baby, I'm 5'1". Like I got nothing for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm drowning in
Exactly.
a sea of tall boys and I don't like
It's like,
it.
excuse me, sir. Like,
Move.
like,
Like, can one of y'all lift me up? Can you just
right.
Yeah.
I'm saying like put somebody on the shoulders, please.
Like this is how I go. Like I'm scared to get hit with somebody. Like this is how I go. Especially like going to an NXT show. Like, how'd you get a concussion? Well, Javon Evans. Like,
Exactly. He just flew. I don't know what
He
happened.
is bouncing. Yeah.
Like Roxanne hit that one lady in the head.
Oh yeah.
like
Her
should I
and
Oh,
Baby
stop?
was
see,
fighting, and one lady
that's
got hit in the head.
yes.
Like,
No, someone's paying me out. That hurts so bad. I'm on the floor. Like, no, thank you.
Listen,
we all
I'm
going to
out. I'm
WrestleMania.
out.
Look,
I would have
Right,
flamed Roxanne. I
right.
would have been like, WWE, my head hurts. Come
like,
get me right
Yeah.
now. I'm in the hospital. Send
Ouch.
your lawyers,
Ouch.
please.
you
Ouch.
know,
I'll
Yeah.
be on the floor like Friday. My neck, my back, my neck, and my
right?
back.
Oh my goodness.
so if
You
y'all
know,
actually read the ticket, it tells you that once you enter the building, you will
I
feel
know.
any man for himself. Like it's this very small print on the back of that ticket, but it basically says like, bro, if you get hit, that's between you and like Jesus, because you ain't suing us. Don't come for us. This is not it.
I
Like,
go.
thanks for your money, but that's a you problem,
But
mama.
I feel like they'll feel bad
Damn.
still. They'll still feel bad. They'll probably bring me backstage at least. They'll probably,
Yeah.
like,
Oh
Yeah,
no, I
Mikhail.
definitely would ham it up. Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm definitely
right.
getting like I'm hamming it up. Like I
You
need
know
a
what?
don't touch me. Don't touch me. Like, girl,
I
you
need
just got a splinter. I don't care. Don't touch me. It's my neck. It's my neck and the neck
like,
brace.
like you know what would
If
make me
you
feel
got a
better?
splinter.
Front row tickets to WrestleMania next to Rhea
Yeah,
Ripley.
next,
I think
Night
that
one and
would
night
make.
two.
I think and one
night
and
one
two
and night two.
NXT two.
NXT State Deliver. Yeah.
You know, front row center. Like that would might make it help. I think that would speed the process of healing along.
TV
Raw
side.
after Mania. Yeah.
Right,
Raw
like
after Mania.
meet and greet with Carmelo Hayes. Like I don't.
Without Kelani Jordan
Yeah,
there.
throwing that meet and greet, we good. Yeah.
Without
Throwing that
Kelani
meet and
Jordan
greet, we
there.
good. Yeah.
Like,
Because Kalani do not play.
She do not leave that man side, baby. I just need him. I don't need Kalani. She can wait at the door. It's fine. You at the door, baby. Cool. We gonna be quick.
Specifics in the contract.
right. Like,
Specifics in the contract.
like I don't know. Maybe a warm hug from Trick Williams that might help. I don't know.
A warm hug is so funny.
A warm hug specifically.
From Trick Williams that might help. I don't know. Last two? Yeah, I do it.
Yeah, group hug. Like
Lash can come. Kalani cannot.
Yeah, that's definitely yes. I like
Lash can come.
It
Lash
seemed
can
like-
come.
Lash can come. Kalani, wait at the door, baby. It's okay. We'll be right back. BRB.
Right, like yeah. Replacing
Oh my
the
god.
wedding photo on the mantle, just pushing it over. Like scoot shot.
You know, they that's gonna knock that down.
Dust it every day.
That's not why you say the same thing.
Under a light.
Yeah, literally a little spotlight on top. Yep.
Listen,
Like, what is this?
What were we talking about? My bad.
And she's gonna be like, "This is the best day of my life." Oh, and that's my
Just
wedding
every-
photo. Just don't bother that one.
This, however,
Sit down.
don't look at that.
Don't look at that.
Oh my goodness.
you crazy.
Remember the last time we tried to do Feuds, the show went left. Let's
Yeah, super left.
Bring it back in. KB, what is your favorite feud? What are we doing right now? Bring it in.
gotta
Bring it back in.
You know, I'm taking it back to the Attitude Era, and I'm giving flowers this time. We doing Trish and Lita. Now, the reason why I say we giving flowers because we always WWE always Trish. But remember, Lita was here too.
Yeah.
We're gonna give
She
Lita
was.
her flowers. They both debuted literally 25 years ago. Now, I get that Lita had her injuries and Trish did more. But remember, who did Trish train with mostly and did most of her run with? Lita.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always either Trish or Lita. Who was your favorite from that time? So I'm just here to give Lita her flowers because you know they didn't got a belt for Trish. They got shirts for Lita, but it's just Trish. We gotta give Lita her flowers too.
Mm-hmm.
Now onto the feud. As I stated before, they both debuted 25 years ago during a time that women were not doing much, but they were able to get time because of who they were with. Trish did the stable with Tess and Albert. Lita was with the Hardys. Listen, I put it like this. I always said, Lita, you with Matt. I got Jeff. We could over here. We could.
Everyone always was the Jeff. We had to go with Jeff, but it was a great pick. I would have still to this day, Jeff is my pick over Matt. Sorry, Matt, but
It's a
yeah.
classic. Yeah,
Sorry,
it's a classic.
Matt. Yeah, sorry, Matt. I love Jeff to this day.
I would love to see Lita on LFG. Like, I'm not saying I don't like Mickey, and I'm not saying that I don't. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I really don't understand how Michelle McCool's in this. I know why Michelle McCool's in this. Like, let me not play that game. We know why she got picked. But I would have loved to see Lita in that. So I definitely agree that they always give Trish, and never Lita.
Yeah.
I unfortunately have to agree with you there because again, I would love to see Lita on LFG.
Hmm.
I think they
Like
That's
would
true.
fight
The coach.
over who wanted to coach with Lita. I think everyone would be like,
Yes.
I want to be with Lita if I was on
yeah,
That's
that
so
show.
true. That's so
Yeah.
true, though.
And
It
then
wouldn't be
Bully would be
fair.
jealous. Like, you don't want to
Yeah.
work with me? No, I want to work with Lita. Okay. That's what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
But
Okay. Goodness gracious.
but no offense. Like, take
Hmm.
her. You're
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I get
But
it.
Lita,
But like
imagine I
Lita.
would, yeah, every day I
Yeah,
would
it's
be like
Lita.
excited to come to work. I'd be like, yep. I'd even dress like her one day and be like, see, I'm really, this is me.
listen, I say this all the time. High school, I kind of pulled the thong up a little bit, just as an outfit,
Just a little bit.
I
just a
like
little bit.
She's a trendsetter.
she is.
Trendsetter
She
for
is
Mhm.
sure.
like we wouldn't have had. There's I could be stretching, but I would like to say that we would not have Manny Santos and the iconic thong moment
I
without
swear to God, I just thought about that. I thought about I was like
Right, right. I was
Degrassi
about that
girl.
Oh
too.
yeah,
Degrassi girl.
a founding mother. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like without Lita. Like her impact reached all the way to Canada. Like that's just how I feel.
Listen, and
You're not wrong.
fun fact, because of well, it was supposed to be Mickey versus Lita in that feud, but because she was out of injured, it just ended up being Mickey and Trish.
Oh, that would have been an
Oh,
interesting feud.
I would have actually liked to see that
I
too.
would have
That's
too.
Yeah.
This
that would have
sounds
been
like
really
a diva
interesting.
dive. We should bring back the diva dive. Hint,
Yeah.
hint, hint.
Yeah.
Feel like we should.
Well, I'm gonna need
I
Netflix
feel
to get
like
us
we
together
should.
because when they transfer everything over to Netflix, they took all away my Raw episodes. I was just Netflix, get it together. Y'all making me do harder research.
Come on
Seriously.
now.
Hey, you gotta do these blurry YouTube videos. Look like it was filmed on a potato.
Yeah.
Listen.
Not a potato.
Hey, Ray.
But yes,
How you
back
feel?
to yeah, definitely give Lita her flowers because Trish retirements and versus Lita retirement, like you don't even bring that up
Absolutely.
how she retired. But their feud, they had so
That's
much
hard to watch.
chemistry. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
hard to watch. They had their chemistry to where they are best friends to this day because that's all they had was each other. Like Trish wanted to
Mhm.
learn how to do more, where Lita had that background when she went to Mexico. So if you go
Mhm.
back and watch, you can see how they feud started from being in TNA and Team Extreme.
Yeah. Lita definitely did the work. I was watching some of her stuff about how like she would go to Mexico and just was like, I just want to do this. Like this is just
Mhm.
and that was so rare.
Which is dope.
Sleeping on the floors of dojos. Like that's just an icon.
A legend. I
She is
also
growing.
recommend the Ring the Bell episode that DS recently did with Trish and Lita. That's a
Yeah,
really,
that's a good
really
one
good.
too.
Yeah, really, really good. And insightful as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
DS.
they even did bra and panty matches with each other and as a team, but they did the best they could with what they was given.
Was what they were
Of
Mhm.
given.
of course.
I just
Yeah.
know it better not be announced that they don't use her just because she broke Matt Hardy's heart. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that serious.
It's
Like,
it's
she made the better
right.
choice,
I
I
hope
would say,
not.
in some people's book. But
Look at Reese down there.
I mean, I mean,
I always think
I
about
mean,
like specifically
we're
thinking
gonna
Early
move on.
Patreon.
$5.
We listen and we judge.
I don't know. Early 2000 edge. I get it. But anyway, sorry.
not now
So,
because he's greedy. He's getting too greedy for me, and I love
Mm,
Edge, but no, yeah, too greedy for
yeah,
me at this
Cope.
point.
cope.
Okay.
Girl, ain't nobody calling that.
I
All
call him
right, we're
that.
going to a different tangent. We're going to move
Your
on because
mama
we're going to
been
a
married.
tangent, and we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
That's a different. That's an episode, low key.
As an episode.
Facts.
It's the
Right.
sentence madness.
Gabby, you want to go next?
So I have to kind of reach more recently as well with my feud. I have to go with my loves, Mercedes Monet and Willow Nightingale. I think that they're kind of dropped the ball on that feud, honestly. I think that
Yes.
feud kind of had more gas in the tank than what it did. Like, I understand the setup of it. Like, let's go back to Mercedes and her and Mercedes getting hurt during that match in JPW for the Strongest Championship. Like, I totally see the vision when Mercedes came back. She went after Willow. But, like, there's so much more that that feud could have brought to the table. I think it was very like kind of downplayed, but I would honestly think that Mercedes gave Willow one of her best matches and vice versa. They put on a banger, and again, I get why they kind of why Willow dropped to Mercedes. I totally get it, but there could have been like some more follow up to that. And honestly, if they revisited that feud today, I wouldn't be mad. I think there
Yeah,
would be some
for sure.
irony in Willow coming back and taking the strap off of Mercedes, either the strong women's or the TBS. Like I would not be mad at either one of those combinations. But I think that there are some more there in that feud that they kind of left some stones unturned. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I think the problem with Mercedes matches in general is that I'm the vibe that I'm getting is that she goes through these matches and she wins, and that's that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's
Mhm.
no follow up. It's on throw her the next body type of thing. And sometimes you can like kind of stretch out a good feud, or you should be able to stretch out a good feud. I mean, look at Tony Storm and Mariah May.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Um, so
Exactly.
yeah, it's a very underrated feud. But again, I do think that Mercedes gave Willow one of her better matches that I've seen.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
for sure, and I definitely agree with you that they kind of dropped the ball with that feud because
Hmm.
we know historically Mercedes slash Sasha is a great excuse me storyteller in the ring. So when she flourishes and thrives when you give her a story, and they have not been
Hmm.
giving her stories. It's like I guess they're giving her quote unquote dream matches, or not even, but like it's like
I was gonna say
Yeah,
I
feud.
don't think
we're
those are the
not there.
stream matches, honestly.
Like it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
we're
I
not
would
there
like to see
yet.
her against this person. I would like to see her against this person, and it's just like okay, and then okay, that's it.
On to the
Whereas
next body.
Willow
Yeah,
and her actually had a story. So I definitely
yeah,
agree with you there. Like the oh, one.
It's almost like
yeah.
the writers could only focus, whoever they have writing, because I don't know who's in that writing room, but I don't know how they
Do
could
they have
only
right?
just
I
focus
don't
on
want to
making like,
run.
yeah, like Mariah May and Tony Storm, like they're really good, but at the same time, like they left so many other women behind to focus on that. And
Yeah.
then same thing with like my feeling for Mercedes too. Like there's so much more I want to see from her if she's gonna keep those belts. But at this point, I only want her to drop one because they're not doing anything. They're killing off these. Every time she has a match with these girls, they're really good, and then after that, we don't see those girls for a while.
Mm-hmm.
She
Like
kills them
it's
off.
so
They go to the Mercedes. They go to the Mercedes graveyard. That's what I mean. Like there's no follow up. It's like on to the next body. When some of
Yeah.
these stories you could like easily run back. It's so
yeah.
unfortunate. Like
Yeah.
and like you just mentioned too, like they were saying, like the belts that she holds, they were getting more clicks. Okay, but she hasn't revisited back to any of them.
Any
She looks like she
feuds,
had an
yeah.
NJPW match. She had one like I would say a couple months ago, but like what are we? You're just giving her belts to give her belts at this point. Like relax. At some point, she's got to drop them. It's got to make sense. And also, like who believably at this point can beat Mercedes because she's ran through so many people like
Right.
Yeah.
easily. It's just like what are we doing? And it needs to end here soon. Sorry, random rant, but like it just gotta end. We gotta stop. Like at some point, Tony Khan's gotta tell the girl no.
Yeah, it's like the Cena
Mhm.
wall.
100%.
Like the Cena
Mhm.
wall. That's what I can compare it to. Where so many where AEW that problem with AEW is they have so many women, but they focus on us the men. And then
Six.
they're like, here, let me give the men over here why not a 2 hour match? Why not? Like what? We could have been doing better. We could have been doing better things with our time.
Yep.
Yeah. To be honest. To be
We,
honest.
you can get three. You can the AEW has the WEO problem where you have a 5 hour pay-per-view.
Mm.
I'm paying $60, and there's three
Mm.
matches on here that are an hour long. And you telling me you
Yeah.
couldn't give me any women?
Mm.
They
I
need to
mean, you
get
got
some
Chris
legends.
Jericho.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say they need to get some like women wrestlers if because they've been crossing over so many men wrestlers that are like like Cope, Moxley, like all of them. Like we need to get some bully old women wrestlers into there, like to maybe bully them into pushing more women. Because if you can bully Tony Khan as easily as these men are doing to get their matches, like if we were a woman, like what woman can we get over there to be like, hey, we're gonna do this,
Yeah.
you're gonna do this storyline
Mm-hmm.
this way, it doesn't matter. I think that's probably what
Yeah.
they need. Like I know Carmella just got released. I don't want to see her in AEW, but maybe
I don't
like
either.
move her. she can go over there and be like a manager and just bully Tony Khan the whole time or something. Like we need something because it's just
Yeah.
not working right now.
Yeah. And even to your point, Gabby, about like so much left on the table. Mercedes had two, not one, but two bangers with Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander and Willow have so much history. We could have gotten a triple threat. Like there are so many combinations and so many ways they could have done this to prolong the feuds, but they didn't choose to do it, which is a little disappointing. But hopefully they circle back. I feel like they will. I honestly think I could see Willow taking the belt off of Mercedes. I honestly could see that. And
Mhm.
Willow's not exactly busy right now.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
Chris is, but
I just some. Oh, we could just do a whole episode on AEW's problem with the women division. Like,
yeah.
like
That
honestly,
being said, though, my biggest flex right now.
Oh,
first of all, that
that's
jacket is fire.
awesome. Did you hold a
I first
belt?
no, I didn't. I didn't ask. I was just like, honestly, when I walked up, I was just like,
Starstruck.
hi, hi, hi. At the HOG show, she like looked at me. I have a video. She like looked at me and she grabbed my hand.
Aw,
Yeah.
I love that.
I
Get a
don't fan
cast
out. I
in
don't
your hand. Get a cast
fan
in your
out.
hand,
Yeah.
friend. This is the night.
I came home. You know the habit. I came home and washed my hands. Joe was like, "You washed your hands?" I was like, I was like, damn. I was like, damn.
No.
Force a habit. Force a habit.
Oh, I would have lost. Yeah, there are not many people that would have got me starstruck. She is probably one of them that would have had me.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
definitely
god.
was like, my
She.
name? I have one.
Yeah.
I have
That's how
a
it
name.
was with Statlander randomly was at this wrestling show on Tuesday that I was at, and I literally like I was walking by her and all I could muster up was I know those arms, and she was like, oh thank you, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's you, and I couldn't get past like that. Like I was literally like starstruck. I was like, it's you. Like I don't even know what to say. I didn't even ask
Yeah.
her for a picture because I just was like so like, oh my gosh, you're right here. Like you're tiny, but you're
Like
so
you're
like
real.
big. Yeah, she's
Mhm.
so like I think I
She's
just
short.
forget how
So
talented I am
cute.
most of the time. Like I tell you, like I'm 5'7". So I guess I don't realize how much tinier people are than me because I feel like I see like their height in like their personality.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
when I saw her, I was like, she's so strong, but then at the same time, she's so little. Like she's just it was beautiful though. I was like, oh my gosh, this is starstruck. I'd never been starstruck before. I was like, oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that. We were both starstruck this week, Ash. Like I was like,
I
oh my gosh.
was gagged. I was gagged. I was
Mhm.
so gagged.
Oh my God, I love that. So my feud, I'm going back a little further. My feud is Ember Moon versus Asuka. NXT.
Mhm.
This feud means a lot to me because I didn't start getting when I was fed up during the dark times of WWE. I started like almost exclusively watching NXT,
NXT.
and
Mhm.
I wasn't like into the indies and stuff like that. And I was like, I want to get back into the indies. And Ember Moon Athena is the first woman besides Candice LeRae that like I followed from the indies to WWE. So like when she got signed, I was like, shut up. No one talk to me. This is like, this is the greatest day ever. So I got so from seeing Athena come to WWE and be Ember Moon and to dominate the way that she did meant a lot. And then for her to have these matches with Asuka, like I was at the first takeover that they did, Orlando, and I was just like, this is amazing. I need to see it. Like I really thought that Ember was going to be the one to beat Asuka for the NXT or to do the feat to end it. And my dream would have been Asuka stayed undefeated. No offense to Charlotte, but we should have had her undefeated at least a year on the main roster.
Mhm.
Well, technically we did, but technically. But I felt like we should have waited until Ember got called up and then had the Ember finally gets that moment where she beats Asuka for her title or just finally gets that moment where she gets to end the streak. And I was a little
Mhm.
disappointed by it, and I am happy that she ended up with the NXT Women's title. But that match, they put on some absolute bangers. Like they were NXT wrestling soulmates, if you ask me. I loved this feud. I loved both of their takeover matches. I was just sold on it. And then to see Athena doing her thing now, it warms my heart. I want her back, selfishly.
I think she'll go back because I mean, what is? Never mind. That's never for another day. But I think she'll go back. I think she'll go back.
Please.
Yeah. I mean,
I
to
gotta
see that match again, to
yeah.
see Athena versus Asuka, like with the couple of years that they've been apart and the legend that Athena has built outside of WWE, I think that that would be the makings of an instant classic.
That's what just imagine it. Royal Rumble, the lights go dark. You hear her old thing. They better not give her a death rebel.
Yeah,
Oh,
that Ember starts
oh,
to
they
flame.
got to,
Yeah,
yeah, they got to give her the classic.
I need to hear the screeching.
yeah. And the moon.
Yes.
Her presentation was so dope.
So amazing. And I just again, two women that look vastly different that would have never probably gotten that time previously.
Yes.
Hmm.
Now and they just work so well together. And the Eclipse is one of the best finishers in wrestling, period.
I think it's my favorite finisher. It's like whenever you ask me my favorite finisher, I'm always gonna tell you it's the Eclipse. That top rope stunner, chef's kiss.
It's
And
magical. Yeah, it's magical.
Chef's kiss.
she just does it so easily. And I just hope
Hmm.
and pray. I gotta get one of my agendas, okay, y'all? Like one of them gotta come
Here
true.
we go. We're back to the agenda.
One of them.
So maybe we got a show without it, but nope, we're not. Back to the agenda.
Back to zero.
Days without incident.
Yeah, yeah, zero.
Oh, that is my feud. I remember that. I was rewatching it and I was just like, oh, that black and gold era of NXT.
Hmm.
Just give it back
Come back.
to me. That is my feud. You guys remember that?
Oh yeah.
Reese, I think you're
Do
gone.
you do any of y'all have like a
It's
feud
back.
that you've ever like yourself been a part of? Like anyone that you've ever had a feud with in life? Like
Yes.
anything like that? You do? I don't. I don't have anyone I've ever feuded with. I've always been
I
just
feud with my
like
toddler. I feud with Philly daily.
Just My Way by Limp Bizkit, a montage of you and Philly.
Me and Philly go head to head every day. It's part of my life. I don't think it's gonna go. It's a feud that's never probably gonna leave me. That is my number one feud in my life right now. Would be my toddler, and he's winning. He's up. Philly's up. Philly's up.
Mine
What
is
is-
Microsoft Teams. Um
That's
How
so
long-
no, I
real.
get that. I hate teams. No, I get that.
Bruh.
I do have a
That's so
workplace
real.
nemesis. I do have a workplace nemesis. She knows
Do
who she is.
you? Oh my gosh, I love that for you. I've always
You
wanted
know
a
who you
nemesis.
are.
I've
You know who
never
you are.
had a nemesis before. It's been so fun.
Same.
I
Subscribe
hate
to our
it.
Patreon so you can
At one point,
Get
we're
the full
actually going to
tweet.
get a Patreon. At some point, we're
I
actually going to
know.
get
We
one,
have
guys. I
to
know
at this point.
it's funny. People keep bringing it up randomly, like, so how do I join? It's like, it's not real,
like, oh
y'all.
yeah,
But
it's
it's
not
like,
real.
maybe it should be.
Yes,
Real.
Maybe it should be. But it's not real, y'all. We're just talking. We'll let you know
Right.
if we do get a Patreon. But I
Yeah.
promise you, people have been like, so how do we join the Patreon? It's like, baby, we just be
It's
talking.
nice.
That's not
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just
real.
chatting. We're just
You,
chatting.
Not
Yeah.
real.
if you want to hear me cut a promo on my workplace nemesis, that'll be the first post.
Oh my gosh. I actually want to hear that promo.
You gotta just send the link out in your email to at work, like, hey, I just did this
Just
thing
something.
for us, guys, and then just send it out and never use your name.
Like it's just me just said question marks don't go behind sentences that require a period. Like it's
Just going in on.
work. Yeah, I don't have work. That's just Microsoft Teams and email. That's it. Maybe do you have a nemesis besides Biggie?
No, it is this one down here snoring the whole time. Listen, Don't never want to cuddle, but wants attention when I put on makeup and sit in the chair. Like, sir,
Oh, it'd be like that.
I
he's
feel like
really
I'm
glad
always
you're in the ball.
stopping. Yes. No, I don't think I ever. I think having my daughters is they feud with each other, and it's just me constantly stopping them from arguing. Like, I never will
Oh,
have. Maybe I'll speak a feud into existence so I can be like everybody else, but I've never like. I don't know. I feel like some people have disliked me before, but I've never like disliked anyone. I've always been like, "Why are you mad at me? Like,
Like,
don't
right.
same,
even."
Kill
same.
them with kindness.
You brought up a great point. Actually, my nemesis is my brother, 100%. Like we used to
That's fair.
Really?
feud. Oh, we used to feud. Like,
Really?
yeah,
New
we used
York
to
just came out real
feud.
strong, girl. New York
Yeah.
just came real strong into the combo.
Is he your older
We used to
brother
go
or
to.
your younger brother?
I'm older,
Okay, so your younger
so
brother.
yeah, yeah. So you already know he was snitching on me, whole nine. I thought that boy was a terror. Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to
You
Jonathan.
like him now. Love you.
We're cool now. We're cool now. Yeah, but back like 5 years ago.
I think I've been really, I guess, fortunate because my parents always like taught my brothers like not to fight with me either. I think I was like the one that was blatantly like mean to them for no reason, or it was always a reason to me, but I was like, y'all need to just leave me alone because I'm like in that weird. There's four of us, right?
Hmm.
But my sister is 14 years older than me, so I never really interacted with her at enough of that
Of
level
course.
till we got older. So it was always my older brother's 2 years older than me, and my younger brother's 2 years younger than me. But I will say I've never felt like an older sister, even though I have a younger brother. I never felt like I was older than him. It was always like we were kind of at the same level to me. So I've always felt
Gotcha,
like I
gotcha.
was just a little sister to everybody. But
Oh,
yeah, I think the worst thing my little brother ever did was like fart in my face once. Other than that, he was always super young. That was it. Like, that's the only thing I could think of. I think it's because
I'm
we were
done.
all so similar and so close in like birth that it was just like we always found something to like
Yeah,
engage with each other and not have to argue about anything. So
yeah. We were 7 years apart, and we shared
oh
a room.
yeah,
So
Oh,
yeah, that tells everything you need to know.
yes, yes,
That tells you everything you need to know.
Very- Did you ever feel like? Because I know my older sister has confessed that she felt, which is crazy because she was the only child for 12 years, but she felt like my parents loved us more, and I was like, I'm positive they loved you so much more before they got to us. So I always
Oh,
like ask people like, do you feel like your parent loved the other one more than the other? Because I never can understand why my sister feels that way. I feel like they love us kind of all at the same level. So I'm like, I don't see, I'm sorry, I don't feel what you're feeling all the time.
yeah.
So,
That was my mom's baby boy. That was baby
oh,
boy. So
so you
I
had
was
to
older
punish
sister.
me.
Yeah, it was pick up Jonathan at this time. Like, where's Jonathan? So
sometimes I
yeah,
always want a
but
sibling. Like I have
it's
siblings
fun.
now. I have siblings now. But I didn't get my siblings until I was like 14 with my mom and my
Gotcha.
stepdad. So it was like I was like, oh, we fighting over
Yeah,
clothes.
I appreciate
Wasn't
it. I appreciate it a lot more now. I appreciate
no.
him like a
Yes.
lot more now. But when I was a teenager, it was very much sitcom screaming every day.
I'm about to get
Gosh.
to that age with my daughters, and I'm so scared because one's 14, one's 12, and the other one, yeah, my youngest one will be 13 in October, and then 15 in January next year, my older one. So they're about to both be teens, and like I
It's
said, I
gonna be
grew
We're
up
gonna
in
say
a
fun.
a
big
prayer for you, girl. We're
It's
gonna say
gonna
a
be
prayer.
fun.
We're
It's
gonna
gonna
say
be
a
real
prayer.
fun.
I'm so scared. Like I don't think I even like had friends that had like sisters. I think everyone around me always had brothers. So this for
Yeah,
me is gonna be like a new stage, and I'm so
yeah,
terrified. Because
yeah.
even
But
now they fight about things, and I'm like, what is this for? Like what? I don't know.
it's yeah. It never makes any sense. It never makes any sense until after.
Mm,
But I will
hormones are
say, them
crazy.
being so close in age, them being so close in age is such a blessing.
It is.
Such a blessing.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
I
they're
will
a
say that's
companion for
probably
life.
Yes, that was one thing that I was really happy about. They do like they do feud a lot, but whenever I see them in those moments with each other, I'm like, I'm so glad they had this because I did not get to even be like a drop of girly when I was little. So I feel like
Exactly.
now I have to be girly, and I'm just like, I love this for them because they have someone. Not that my brother and me weren't close, but I'm glad they have another girl that they can lean on, that they can be like,
Yeah.
let me do your nails, let me do this, because I always wanted it, but I never found it. So
Me too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know that they have that.
That
Yeah. It's
is
so
Hmm.
cute.
They
Mm,
are
it is.
cute. I don't. Yes.
cute.
Right. Well, we gotta start getting up out of here. Dora, where can the people find you?
I only have Instagram and Twitter, but it's at D the Machine 24 for everything. I refuse to get TikTok, and I haven't had Facebook since 2012. And I actually I started working with the wrestling company, and they're like trying to get a Facebook. I tried to get a Facebook, and Facebook was like, "You're not a real person." So they were like, "You're
You don't
lying to us
exist.
about who."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, I
You
guess." I,
you clearly
another
don't
sign not to
exist.
get a Facebook. So yeah, just on Twitter and Instagram at D the Machine 24. And then if you are interested in From, I work with a podcast called Hall Preezy, and we cover From every Sunday. So yes,
So I'm so excited.
yes.
I can't wait for the fourth season. I cannot wait.
I'm excited.
I, Ash, where can the people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Benny's Block _
And KV
You can find me at Meticulous Key on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok.
and Gabby.
Hi, Gabrielle, pretty much everywhere.
Mhm. And make sure you're looking at her unrivaled coverage because I know that last Friday, Injury scored 17 points and 10 rebounds because of Hi Gabrielle.
I love that. I love that.
I don't know what they are, but period. Sis, you got them.
Yes,
What?
yes,
I
go
just be like,
sports.
go
Yes.
queen. Yeah, go queen.
Hey, like literally the
Girl,
Beyonce. Hey, that's good.
you are funny.
And you can find me everywhere at Genius3 and Reese Plays Games X. All right, guys, let's get out of here again. Dora, thank you so much for joining us. This was
Yes, it
so
was so
fun.
fun.
This
Thank you.
was
Yes, I
so
loved it. This was
fun.
good.
All right, guys, don't forget to put down that lip gloss and pick up that ladder, and we will see you next week.